and welcome to another episode of C'est la vie. I am your host, Géraldine Sinclair, and I am so happy to be here with you on this beautiful Thursday evening to another episode of C'est la vie. And I am here with none other than
Betsy le mythe. Drum roll, Geraldine. Bonsoir tout le monde, bonsoir chers internautes. C'est toujours un plaisir pour nous rencontrer chaque jeudi soir pour rendez-vous nous ça. Moi content que nous déjà accordé nous temps ça et comme d'habitude moi a dit nous pour nous commencer partager live là pour tout le monde qui proche nous car ouais émission ça parce que je dis à nous gain une autre édition qui est très intéressante. Comment est Géraldine?
Ah, Betty, my form. Just yeah, look how I'm not in the studio today. I am at home. My beautiful baby Midnight is in the shop.
Oh, okay. So, what's the Midnight now?
I'll call the machine, man. Machine not go out there, but I'm like, oh so my God.
You named the car Baby Midnight.
That's my baby Midnight. Her name is Midnight.
Oh, Midnight. So I'm assuming it's a black car.
It's all black, everything, you know.
It's a nice car.
Yes, yes. I like it, you know, but hello Giselle, hello Olga, Evans, you know, so we already have a few people. Please welcome, bienvenue, and good evening, and then please share the live as you come in. So yeah, Betty, machine carrément petite. Et m'a conduit ou connaît depuis m'a conduit vite mais filmer vaca wem ou mais air conditionné a freeze moi la machine là et puis carrément pendant me saute la maquette basket montrer la machine là mouver machine pour me prendre ici et si a pas vle marcher base.
Oh bah donc pas fixer ici.
M'pa fixer ici and I'm thinking on baga qui pral jodi seulement bon qu'on y a yo dit obligé kembe et chéri a.
OK. Plutôt c'est que c'est problème moteur parce que problème moteur les ça pidu problème moteur starter pilote navigator tout
event ça capte mona ça capte petit si était ouais machine relais midnight si était problème moteur d'abord dit good night parce que we not deal with that. How about you, Betty? How you doing? It's almost the end of the week. Comment sens-tu? Et moun yo gen ta branché avec nous là. Comment sens-tu et l'enfin semaine là?
C'est très bien, moi en pleine forme, comme d'habitude. Moi content que moi avec tout le monde encore une fois, vous connaissez. Moi I look forward to Thursday night parce que ce moment ça, c'est un moi wa Géraldine. You know, always in high spirit. So I enjoy our interactions quite a bit. Et moi pas de problème machine, so that's a good thing.
Oui, mes amis, mon New York ça a toujours un point pour yo tirer sur vagabond non? Merci quand même Betty.
Very Géraldine. Donc une belle émission pas vrai. Là où tu venu avec sujet ça, là venu avec topic passport gangs. I'm like, what is that? I went online and I was my Google passport gangs Google search but moi mon cap fait faux passeport just
yeah.
So I had to go into TikTok to really get the juice.
Yeah, et le TikTok comme une passport gang là. Babi mette déjà le chat là, gel Babi ge passeport là mais déjà. Esther, how are you?
La regarder pile monde et puis get graphic our graphic designer who updates our flyers every week, Malida Theodore.
Oh, yes.
Donc, chaque semaine, le sujet est venu nous voyer by Malida et puis il dit, what's that? It sounds interesting. I'm going to have to tune in. I'm like, girl, yes, you need to tune in. But it's too bad we reached out to get some guests, young single, but they were not available to join us today. Notice I say and single parce que vraiment moi pense que sujet que nous pral développer aujourd'hui de ça nous pral parler aujourd'hui li gen rapport à moun bien entendu qui célibat pas vrai?
Yes. Li gen pour moun qui célibat moun kap chercher moun qui gen problème chercher moun qui fatigué avec moun.
Chercher moun.
Yo, Betty, m'pa ka return pour topic ça déroulé. On passe là WhatsApp parce que nous go paquet mes amis, si nous pas marier, bon même si nous marier tout pour pas je me connais bah ça yo, c'est un topic qui parle réellement intéressant en pile pour nous faire débat ça.
Bon, Gérald, moi pense que sujet ça est important pour parents tout qui gagne jeune fille ou comprendre que yo a levé si yo moun sa ou gen problème faire une rencontre ou comprendre quand même ici donc
maquette la chaud de yo Betty, maquette la chaud. Maquette la chaud de yo so.
Gérald dit ouais qui moun qui branché mais me connais moi vle saluer bon m'a saluer Babi Odat qui c'est super
Babi là nous gen Berlin. Nous avons Esther qui là, Evans qui là, Mona qui là, Olga qui là en premier, Gisèle qui nous chargés à nous avons monde sur Mona soya.
Jean-Robert Dolette, m'dare saluer Jean-Robert Dolette, m'dare saluer Fernand qui toujours a suivre nous de New York.
Absolutely. So mes amis, si Betty pas nommé nous, Betty avec gaso elle pas ka wè chat là, yo coupe lumière Betty, c'est prise là pour le marathon. Le marathon. So si nous t'as dit pas nous shout out, forgive Betty. Ma PC by shout out là pour moi. Fanfan, welcome Chantal, welcome, share the live as you come in. All right, Betty, nous ouais que the queen, bon, si dame ça, m'ka dit comme ça que she understand how to market herself. Okay? Ou ka raïl, ou ka remel, but one thing ou ka dit de artiste ça, de madame ça, she knows how to use the internet pour faire buzz. Okay?
Nous dit ça chaque fois. Depuis que nous avons highlight sous lui, nous toujours nous pas manquer pour nous faire remarquer ça. Et que c'est vrai, parce que dans la semaine là, Gérald dit, au début de la semaine, il a eu un voice note, ou bien la semaine dernière, je pense, il a eu un voice note à retourner sur l'époque que le pas bien avec Florence, qui est rival pour lui. Mesdames, il y a toujours une polémique. Il y a deux amis, bon, tout le monde connaît l'histoire là. Là, il a eu voice note ça, Gérald dit, c'est bon l'autre bagaille, c'est une vidéo qui va laguer.
Il va laguer, c'est boss qui va le faire.
C'est boss, parce qu'il faut qu'il y ait non, faut qu'il fait moun à parler de lui chaque jour. Vous comprenez? Now, she is what you call a household name now, because everybody knows who she is. Pas de monde qui pas connaît qui est Blonde de Ferdinand. Vous comprenez? Sous c'est haïtien. Ou connaît de lui, ou tant de parler de lui, que c'est dans good or bad, dans n'importe façon, ou connaît de lui. Donc, il a en vidéo, et nous te connaît vidéo ça te dehors, parce que en pile ti photo tap sorti, tap
fait monter. Le problème là, avant vidéo a sorti, mademoiselle la une série de photos. Moun commencé à faire beau, il a dit oh, est-ce que c'est mariage là ça? Est-ce que même pour la donne?
Est-ce que l'honeymoon? En pile moun t'a posé question. Mais si on connaît l'artiste, faut connaître ses tactiques ça. I will tell you, I had no doubt that it was a video coming on.
On business là, on compte show business là. Vous comprenez moi? Et malheureux tant comme qui pas connaît me dit oh, regardez Blondie marié, belle photo, mais même m'a dit oh, abonti fait me battre temps monter pour m'a dit congratulations or whatever, m'a suivre. Parce que dit wow, photo est réellement belle and it looks so realistic. Vous commencez à dire so, but c'était une vidéo, une belle musique qui sorti. Nous gagnons un petit clip de musique là, m'pa connait Betty ou dit 2-3 mois avant me share li.
Bon, vidéo comment what's the title again?
Bon, moi, m'ba son je title vidéo. Pour diable, yes. Pour diable, you.
Ça, c'est comme si she's mocking. Puis, pour diable, parler avec le public là. Au sens de la moquer, vous comprenez? Et la parler, c'est vraiment, moi, c'est aussi toute musique que lui fait, il y a un rapport à relation, à vie privée, quand même. Donc, je pense que c'est dernière vidéo que j'ai faite, et il y a un rapport à Philippe, relation passée, et Kounia là, j'en lui paraît avec di perfect, c'est comme si li meke un seal pour li di men nou, et tout moun ki ap gade nou, tout moun ki ap pale sa, yo pense gen doit se pa sa, yo pale de relasyon, yo jan yo ka bien diferent, men yo se vreman yon pou lot. Mwen pense que c'est ça. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mte komanse gade mpoko, apre di mpoko fin gade video anet. So, but nou pa gade tout video a, so I'm just pral jwe on portion of the video, but m sur et certain que an pil moun getan wè video sa, ou soit yo getan wè, ou soit yo courant de photo yo kap pase. So, mesdames et messieurs, avec nous, Blondie et Di Perfect qui fait la gen vidéo qui relè Po Diabyo. And here it is.
Oh, ça c'est méchant. Il est capitaine de mon nom.
Qui j'aime ça faire vivre toujours.
Relation ça enterré déjà. Émotion ça fait faillite déjà. C'est cette parole qui t'a fait causer dans la ria. Toute folie ça passe mort déjà. Toute peur ouais ça disparaît déjà. C'est un défi pour nous te lever en bas là. Yo dis-moi son garçon difficile. Ou c'est une femme qui est impossible. Mais c'est un clash qui prend bonne la raison.
Ça criait déjà, nous deux différents qui t'aiment déjà. C'est nous deux qui t'a fait hit, non, et Jemaïla.
Mes amis, musique là trop douce. Betty, ça tu vas danser. Mes amis, si nous voulons regarder, allez regarder sur YouTube. Il y a presque 1.5 million views là, à la moins que 48 de temps. So, it's moving fast.
Ok, mais on seul bagay m'ka di, vous comprenez, une très belle vidéo, image yo belle, concept nan vraiment différent, et puis ou ka wè que voix Blondie amélioré. M'pa konnen si li apprend le son, m'pa konnen quelconque, mais moi ka différence nan voix, la musique ça, nan vidéo ça par rapport à l'autre vidéo, l'autre musique di chante déjà. Vous comprenez?
Moi elle fait un peu l'effort, pour me dire vérité,
yeah.
Parce que considérer gens te paraît l'elle te fait sortir la chanter bagage ça bon et puis faut songer studio a aidé tout on entend là
oui
studio a aidé tout m'pa dire ça parce que pas contre chanter non on entend là parce que
non mais gotta be real Lily on stage
she improved a lot. But at the same time, nous connaissons que, comme moi-même, son artiste, moi, je connais l'entrée dans le studio, mais il y a des séries de surgery à faire avant, Betty, au cas sound, tant que Céline Dion, s'il vous plaît.
C'est ça. C'est le monde live on stage pour connaître.
Pour connaître exactement, how good the person is. Au grand temps, nous connaissons peuple là yo et puis yo joué sur ça. So vraiment yo joué sur ça. So which is good. Next up Betty, nous est que il y a un nouveau film qui va sortir, je ne sais pas si il sorti déjà, et The Little Mermaid, nous est America séparé en deux because of that. Not pays à son pays moun fully, to be honest with you. Avant de continuer, n'a salué Sandra, n'a salué Mimi, n'a salué bon calme, c'est Zimbabwe, Bertos, you know, tout le monde yo, n'a salué yo parce que
hello Sandra, hello Mimi, ça c'est mesdames from
mesdames yo, ça est bazo yo.
Apple Bottoms in New York, yep, et nous allons parler avant nous finir. Ou alors une vidéo pour passer réclame Apple Bottoms là.
Bon bagay. All right. So yeah, so I think it's a good concept. Belle musique and so she's improved under her singing. Nous connaît dit perfect qu'on chante depuis longtemps, so that's good. All right. But the thing we were talking about, côté que nous regardez que The Little Mermaid is about to come out, and then for the first time you meet a black young black lady on the cover, et lui-même qui a joué Mermaid là. White people are losing their mind parce que yo dit comme ça que un fictional character c'est blanc supposé
c'est parce que cartoon nan te sorti, alors cartoon nan te sorti The Little Mermaid and Ariel, she was supposedly lite blanc, cartoon character te blanche. Alors kounyan que yo ap fait live nan.
Oh, mais Betty disparaît, mes amis. Betty nous Betty c'est prise la prend, she's gonna come back. Betty disparaît, but like we were saying, so when she comes back, she'll be right back. But at the end of the day, this is what happens, right? Where côté que the roots of racism is so embedded in this country that même le que n'a parlé de un fictional character, moun yo perdi tête yo perdi mind yo, et puis yo pas réalisé que yo même tout en pile fois y a whitewash history. Nous côté que America gon folie côté que n'importe rôle qui te ka aller avec un l'autre monde, a minority, whether Asian, Hispanic, you know, African American, yo fait un blanc jouer carrément, and they have no problem with that, right? Et but qui te un monde jouer un petit rôle qui t'a supposé pour un monde blanc, even though il pas un caractère réel lié, they making videos. Like, you guys have to understand how big this thing is. Betty, welcome back. Nous que prise là, voisin anglais réalisé que ou prend prise là. You on mute.
You are so not funny.
Voisin réalisé gon va ka prend prise. Et puis Betty a parlé carrément yo couper ligne là.
Le problème c'est que I'm on my phone today and I was trying to decline the call. Got out of it. My apology. Donc, monsieur côté fin faire remarque sur vidéo Ariel, nan caractère Ariel que yo pral fait film nan, alors Disney a fait film nan, et puis yo choisi c'est Halle Bailey. She's so talented, très belle voix, et puis même qui pral jouer Ariel. Donc, son jeune petit dame noire. Donc, tout le monde fâché pour ça. Il a essayé de faire comparaison what if que yo mette un blanc jouer Martin Luther King. Ou pas comparer de bagay ça yo. Ariel is a fictional character on cartoon, a made up. Of course, not pas qu'à prendre un blanc pour mettre jouer Martin Luther King. Donc, comme on dit, ça vient faire nous ouais dans qui niveau, dans qui point racism in America exists et dans qui niveau li aller. Right?
Where's that? That's like a thing. But they omitted a white guy playing Martin Luther King, and then nobody would bat an eye. Nobody would have an issue with that. But now that, you know, the little black girl, beautiful, very talented young lady, by the way, you know, playing the Little Mermaid, moun blanc, gen moun kap kriye, yap di kap gade movie sa encore. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Terrible. Alors que quand pile soit réaction bonne jeune Timon noir, Timon surtout là, oh mon Dieu, Timon noir yo parce que yo ka wè que yo ka identifiye yo wè que c'est oh she's brown skin yo wè que son ti moun noir tan kou yo qui jouer Ariel. Donc hey, like what's
But it just shows you how far we've come, but how far we have to go.
We have to go still.
We have a long way to go, people. All right. So
like,
it is what it is, but a movie I fed is she's the one. I'm happy for it. Don't forget tonight, Woman King comes out. That's a that looks like a really good movie. It's called Woman King. Go check it out. It's by a leading Black woman. What's her name? The one that plays How to Get Away with Murder.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis doing her thing. It looks like it's gonna be a good movie.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, yes. So Betty, m'fon bagay aswe I didn't even run it by you yet, so forgive me. Mwen mette link Zoom nan lan chat la, paske m senti topic sa, nou pral gen an pil comment so
That's amazing.
So, si yon moun ta reme join us to say a comment the topic nou pral pale ya, please be sure to click on the link on the Zoom and then I will let you in. Well, you know, m pap kite tout vagabond entre paske le ou entre fòm ka wè ki eso ya avan, but if you want to make a comment, ou ka click sur link mwen mette lan chat lan pour nous parler de topic nou pral fè débat sur li.
Yes. Was that the last for What's Buzzing, Geraldine?
Yep, that was the last that I had for What's Buzzing.
Must have not gotten, I had sent the video commercial, like a commercial for this video spot.
Koto te voye la, Betty, koto te voye.
Geraldine Sinclair.
Mom gade koto te voye.
At Yahoo, Geraldine.
Oh, voye lan Yahoo, ok. Ou konen son, ou konen Betty son homme d'affaires, ou konen fò di koto voye.
But as you look, do not find it. I know I sent
it. Betty, mba jweni no?
Okay, then we will definitely play it next time. But
Bon gade si lan spam wale, ou pa men man lan spam men.
Ok. Mwen vle invite tout moun New York, e kem sa koto ye Boston, parce que pile moun Boston ki a deplase ki te Boston, le 8 octobre pou yo vini New York, pou yo vini nan gala ki rele Rise Up. So gala sa, c'est 5e anniversaire, Positivité féminine, yo ap fon gala pour célébrer 5e anniversaire. Yo là dans New York, Rochelle c'est artiste qui a performé pour soirée ça et moi-même moi ap MC, son soirée qui a plein de surprises. Donc m'a invité tout le monde pour yo venir. Moi gen sous page moi, gen flyer à sous page moi et m'a excusé si m'pas songer tout petit détail yo côté li a fait dans temple Ameshad, Lynbrook. Prix c'est $165. Flyer à sous page moi nous a gain information dit côté pour nous prendre ticket. Vous comprenez, nous ka prendre ticket nous sur PayPal et puis gain information côté nous ka voyer l'argent sur WhatsApp pour nous ka get prendre ticket. Ticket yo pour aller vite. Donc fait pressé pour prendre ticket par là. M'attend nous dimanche samedi 8 octobre dans temple Ameshad in Lynbrook. Voilà, j'ai
bon.
Yeah. Hopefully we find it.
Nous ka vire chapeau nous des dos pour nous parler de ça qui a passé. This is a phenomenon côté que a lot of men, I'm gonna say it looks mostly like black men, nèg yo di yo fatigué, yo konya they call themselves passport gang, côté que en pile nèg réaliser que yo pas obligé rester in the USA to find a good woman, to find a wife. You réaliser que le yo travel outside of the country, yo joine plus type de fille, yo même la tête yo considérer que yo ta remè faire vie yo avec, right? So nous que it's almost like a war going on côté que mesdames yo a parlé nèg yo mal, monsieur a dit yo pas care, you know, mesdames yo te supposé gen qui rôle pour yo jouer. Now it's too late, they're leaving. So I have a small clip. M'bral jouer vidéo ça. It's 16 minutes, but I'm just gonna play a couple of minutes on it so we can kind of like start the conversation. So pensez.
D'accord.
D'accord. Ok, les prêts pour conversation, Betty. Jean dit d'accord, d'accord. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna
suggérer sujet.
all right. So here's a clip of
Passport ready, and he going to another country so he can get him a woman. I done told y'all when I was in Jamaica last week, honey, every other couple was a black man with a different race of woman, Spanish, Asian, white, girl. Honey, please, y'all better focus on the right. Y'all better start taking care of your man, because honey, I'm leaving y'all asses in the dirt. Y'all keep focusing on these wigs and these BBLs and all this other bullshit instead of focusing on taking care of your man and making sure he's pleased and happy. Girl, please. They are serious. They throw with y'all shit.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. In today's video, I'm going to show you women on their TikTok pages calling men out because they're announcing that they have their passports and they're going to other countries for women. Before we get started, let's have a word from our sponsor. Have you ever wondered why we age? Not just because of years passing, but why we is delivered right to your doorstep in a few short days.
These videos, right, of these men who's apparently getting their passports and they're leaving, they going elsewhere to find their wives because they can't put up with us.
Can't put up with us. She actually thinks we're supposed to stick around and put up with any nonsense that they put out. It's not that we can't, we won't, because we don't have to.
I'm just wondering who the hell asked them?
See, she thinks that men announcing that they have their passports and leaving are for her to hear. They're announcing to other men that they can do the same thing. Get your passport and seek women from elsewhere. But I guess men can ask her the same question. Who asked you to respond to those videos?
Did we ask them? Why do they feel the need to announce their departure? We don't want to know. We don't care. In fact, we're happy for you. We'll help you pack. If you're doing that, it screams cowardly to me.
And there it is, the shaming tactic. If you stay and put up with her nonsense, she has respect for you. But if you leave because you don't want to put up with her nonsense, then you're a coward.
Trust me, this is not an L for us. This is a W. Nobody's targeting men. Nobody's targeting black men. We're targeting misogynists. And women are finally fed up and holding men accountable.
She said nobody.
Ooh. All right. So I'm going to stop right there. I think we get the gist of the video, right? So.
But juste avant, Géraldine. Juste avant. Moi, bien content. Oui. Moi, bien content que vous t'ayez mentionné que il paraît que c'est un groupe de jeunes garçons noirs, que c'est monsieur noir, African American men. Yeah. Est-ce que garçons haïtiens inclus là-dedans yo?
Yes, definitely.
Peut-être. Mais j'ai dit phénomène ça, il était là déjà, il existe longtemps déjà, à côté que en pile blanc, t'es toujours qu'on allait au dehors, dans foreign countries, pour aller chercher on dame pour marier. Là, ça y est, ça mail order bride. Familiar to you? Mail order bride. Côté que monsieur blanc yo kon voye pour madame in Europe, Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Russia, non zone ça yo. C'est là yo te kon plus voye des pays dans Afrique tout. Comprendre yo te kon baga di voye prend. Donc yo te kon connecté avec moun sa. Et longtemps te kon gen agency pour ça même Géraldine. Et te tant par correspondance, yo aller dans agency, yo fait connaître ça yo vle, yo voye photo ba yo choisi moun yo vle et puis yo rentre en contact, y a rencontrer moun. Mais kouni avec social media bagay ça ou vin différent. But now we're talking about, kouni on a parlé de un groupe jeune garçon noir, but pas vraiment jeune, de moun noir kouni qui levé dans fait ça et puis yo relé phénomène nan passport gang, ça veut dire sous pas de passeport, al prend passeport pour qu'à faire partie de monsieur ça yo qui dit que yo gen assez de gens que mesdames noires aux États-Unis, faut nous préciser, mesdames noires aux États-Unis a traité yo et yo censé faire connaître OK, yo pas besoin yo encore. Yo ka balé dans l'autre pays pour yo al joindre on monde qui censé plus conformer dans choix que yo vle faire. Moi, un problème, ça m'a demandé avant, c'est qui qualité garçon qui fait ça, Géraldine? What type of men are part of those passport gangs?
That's a good question, Betty, because le wap got the phenomena of passport gang, you know, en pile fois, we thinking, oh, it's a small group of men, very specific type. However, logade across social media, there's all type of men doing this. This is not a small group, and it's only growing, right? So mwen te ka di kon sa ke, sa se nèg ki pa serye anyway. Ou lan passport gang, gen young men, gen monsieur qui te marié, qui divorcé, gen qui, you know, high profile jobs. So there's a very wide the spectrum is really wide as to who is part of that gang, right? So nou pa ka just pense que, oh yeah, it's just un bon vagabond qui besoin aller l'autre bois. Now, don't get me wrong, la mi-temps groupe là, wap jwen nèg qui prend opportunité pour y gérer et mesdames yo international, right? However, it seems like for nous like before we even get to the passport gang, how did we even get here? You know, j'en dis oui, bagay ça a toujours existé, but il pas existé dans la communauté non. Right?
Okay.
Why is it so prevalent right now in our own community? Kote ke nèg yo vin wè ke, hey, I don't want to put up with this anymore. So, dans ma nou kote, yo apprécié m.
Geraldi, put up with what exactly?
Good question. Bon, avant continue, bon, répondre ça di. Put up with what? So, pour moun ki familiar with TikTok and social media, gen an pile video kap pase kote ke like a lot of women. Now, this is not all women, so I'm not generalizing anything. But même à deuxième, moi ouais an pile video kote ke gen interview kap fait, gen fi kap di kon sa ke, you know, si nèg la pa fait at least 100,000, pa même approcher. Okay, you know, well, what do you guys, you know, what do you guys do in order for you to you know, the question is usually what do you bring to the table, right? Et puis mesdames yo dit, well, I'm cute, et ça me vote, li jwen non fille qui ka fait bien paraître, et puis gen vidéo qu'on a regardé côté fille yo pas réellement respecté, gon ti dame qui dit comme ça que même si là on est et nèg la li jamais long date avec nèg la c'est à crédit carte la payer. That was stupid. C'est à crédit carte la payer, ça veut dire nèg la pas gen cob. Gen on l'autre dame qui dit comme ça que pas même nèg li a travail 9 to 5, faut nèg la gen cob pour elle vle voyager, leur besoin acheter bag, leur besoin faire tout bagage ça yo. Et
Geraldi, but we're talking about a handful of people, a handful of these women. Moi, je suis que petit groupe moun sa yo qui a fait vidéo sa yo pas fait partie de tant qu'on a parlé de VAS, yo pas représenté toute fille, Geraldi.
But you présente assez non numéro assez Betty.
Et nous parler de ça déjà dans émission nous fait dans le passé, nous fait émission sur relation, expectations and so forth. Nous connaissons, oui, c'est vrai que des fois il y a un pile monde, fille ou garçon qui vivent en fausse réalité, qui ou comment dire des attentes qui pas vraiment they're not real. Ou comprendre bagay que expectations that cannot be met. Nous connaissons ça. Mais moi pas penser que moun sa yo parler pour toute fille. Vous comprenez? Moi sûr que gen un pile fille bonne qualité, vous comprenez, qui prête pour yo rentrer dans relation avec un monde qui a cherché même bagay avec yo. Now, est-ce que moi pour petit temps fait, faut que moi dit que sujet ça this whole phenomenon was new to me. Pas attendre de lui avant que on parle de ça et puis moi elle fait recherche non. Mais moi ouais, plus monsieur parler c'est they want to be not like respected, they want to feel respected. C'est comme si a cherché moun yo pense au idée pas yo c'est là yo quitter au dehors des États-Unis yo pour joindre avec fille qui very submissive, qui juste pour le temps coucher à terre, quitter au marché sou yo. C'est comme ça représenté to me. And if that's what they're thinking, they're gonna get a run for their money. Parce que si vous pensez que besoin fille boy si tu gagné que l'autre besoin fille dans l'autre pays différent, they're so wrong.
So, mes situation Betty, right? So, li pa jam tout moun, right? So, obviously, the number of men going, li pa lan li pa la majorité. Ya vrai? Et même j'en tout, the number of, de moun ya pale yo, de mesdames ya pale yo, est-ce que yo existe? Oui, yo existe. Est-ce que yo la majorité et toute femme qui gen femme la femme yo? Non. However, topic là de yo, c'est parce que li existe quand même, right? You mentioned something, ou dit comme ça que, messieurs, c'est comme si y a cherché un type de respect et yo pense yo ka joindre l'autre bois. Now, there's two things with that, right? One of the first thing is, pour un garçon, l'en relation, et monsieur sinon là, dit si m'a bay menti, men don't generally look for love first in a relationship avec une fille. Respect is the number one thing to most men, if not all, right? Ça, c'est numéro 1. Deuxièmement, à cause de nèg yo ap voyager dans pays côté que mesdames yo l'ont besoin, now that's not necessarily a good thing. So kounye à cause de y ap joine either by force or because c'est yo même qui vin like the breadwinner dans sens avec moun sa yo vin joine respect yo tap chercher ya. Ou kon zamdou là? But en réalité
y a cherché validation.
Exactly, right? But you joignent quand même, whether it's real or whether it's bought, whether somebody you obligé à acheter valeur y a cherché, but you vinn joignent en réalité. And some men will tell you they don't care as long as they get it.
So they're not, these people, they're not really in search of, are they in search of connection? Are they in search of love?
Good question.
Search of things. Because pour quitter ici, pour aller dans l'autre pays, et moi, yo mentionné pays asiatique, yo mentionné la Philippines, yo mentionné Espagne, yo mentionné un pile l'autre pays, et yo mentionné des endroits d'Afrique tout, que yo pas parler langue non. Yo pral adapter culture que yo pral adapter à culture non. Vous comprenez? Et yo même arrivé, gen qui même arrivé à dire Géraldine, ça qui allait k'ap bay le conseil, yo dit marier fille pas mener aux États-Unis.
Exactly.
Pas mener aux États-Unis, alors yo même
parce que yo pas vle mesdames ici, yo vinn gâter mesdames yo.
Dans ce sens ça moi ouais que moun yo ap chercher moun pour yo manipuler. Moi pense que moun sa yo, moi c'est opinion pas, moi pense que ce sont des gens qui pas ka joindre moun qui à la hauteur. Tant que qui joindre moun qui à la hauteur comme t'a dit, alors des séries de moun yo pas ka traiter en certaine façon parce que pour comprendre fille pour nous fille c'est ainsi m'a parler pour toute fille pas parler pour tête moi nous pas chita pour nous accepter n'importe bagaille non mais garçon comprendre mais en pile fois la fille parler moins indépendante moins 10 des fois nous qu'on mentionner déjà des fois yo on ti gens aller trop loin avec bagaille là. Being independent doesn't mean you don't have to respect your mate. Being independent doesn't mean that you wear the pants in your relationship. Being, there's mutual respect.
C'est là le problème, c'est là problème. Ouais, ou dit problème là, sans pas même quoi, ou te gèle bouche ou chapé ou dit, right?
Non, bouche pas chapé.
No, I'm just playing, right?
Vous comprenez? Mais quand monsieur ça yo présenté là, c'est comme si pour eux même dans l'autre pays ça yo sont bon ti égaré des femmes qui pral soumises, vous comprenez, qui pas pral mettre pied yo que yo pense yo pral faire n'importe bagaille, n'importe ça yo vle. Yo mentionné dit que mesdames yo low maintenance et que c'est faux. Parce que pile mesdames l'autre boss ça yo, pile moun dans l'autre pays et m'pa même mettre Haïti, yo pas mettre Haïti dans liste by the way. Yo pas là Haïti.
Bon, Betty, bon ton bagay, right? I think you mentioned something.
Ayo tout. Yo chita yo ap ton on moun pour yo faire des
Betty, attendez.
Aux États-Unis avec le but précis que moun sa li gen situation finance moun sa bon, vous comprenez? Moun sa ka pral provide, moun sa pral, vous comprenez? Pral ka meet all their needs. Okay.
So, bum interject a little bit, right? So before we move further, I pinned my comment is the Zoom link si que ou gon bagay ou vle ajoute sou topic ça, ou ka just click in, ou ka monte lan Zoom nan, et ap kito an tou.
Questions?
Yeah, so if you have questions or if you want to come in and just say a comment about what we're talking about, please, you are welcome to do so. Now, gon bagay ou so di talo ya Betty, I want to make sure I don't forget it, right? Gon bagay ou toujou tande, mostly in the Black community. Black women use that word so much where I think it's become detrimental to our community. The whole word about independent, strong Black woman. It doesn't sound like nothing is wrong with it. But what that word brings to the table sometimes is sometimes they use it as an armor to be like, I don't need you. I don't need a man. I don't need this. I don't need that. Now, no, let me finish.
They don't need.
No, bum fini, right? Mbadi tout moun ki utilize them. I'm just telling you from a male perspective, all right? It's been used as a weapon to castrate a lot of males, to emasculate a lot of males, to make them feel like, you know, I don't need you anymore. I can do all things by myself. I don't need another man in the house. And I kid you not, this thing actually goes all the way back to the inception of the feminist movement.
Right.
This thing literally crashed the household, the African American household in a way. Kote ke nèg yo vin parlant kay la encore, kounya la, they make women feel as if like you don't need a man. And but guess what? Moun ki de vini arrive ki de ya, ki mette lan tête nou, kounya nou kouri avel, most white women, even with degrees, doctors, engineers, teachers, lawyers, whatever, a lot of them, as soon as they get married, what do? They become stay-at-home mothers. Now, en pile fois, nous qu'on a parlé de stay-at-home mom, you know, fi arrêter lan kay la ba sa, a lot of us look at it as it's a negative, when in reality, it's actually a bonus and a positive for the family structure.
And for upbringing of the children.
Absolutely.
I personally find anything wrong with stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home wives.
Absolutely.
You understand? And I don't see them any less than the person who actually goes.
They're highly educated women. So
or CEOs. But at some point, Géraldi, on nous dit que gen garçon nan communauté noire nan tout, that drop the ball. Qui pas vraiment live up to their responsibilities. You comprend?
But we had both sides, yeah. But I get what you're saying, yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot of these men who, I'm not saying that necessarily these men, they abuse women, emotionally abuse women. I think the whole idea of we can't do without a man come from, we can do without a man who is not meeting our expectations. We can do without a man who is not treating us right. We can do without a man who, you know, it's like, what is the point of having someone in your life? I'm saying from their perspective.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
By it is that why do we put up with certain things? Why do we put up in an abusive relationship? Why must we be with someone who's putting us down? Why must we be someone who's not going to appreciate and value us? When
so diala, ozo bagay ki très important la. When so diala, I want you to repeat that, but this time I want you to think about it also from the male perspective. Why do we put up with somebody who doesn't value us? Why do we put up with somebody who doesn't respect us?
This is just to piggyback sur question de women. Idea why most of these women, this is what they present. It's because they feel it's not necessarily they feel like they can do all things by themselves, but why must they stay in bad situations if the person is not bringing anything positive into their lives, and they can financially sustain themselves and their families? Why must they have someone just for the sake of contributing financially to a household, to have someone give them grief?
Well, those are all valid points. So mbaka retire rien so abdia. Si on est dans une situation côté que ou l'on kaya un monde côté que pas de respect, gain you know, there's abuse, ou comment ça definitely get yourself out of that situation. So, on parle de une situation côté que there's two people contributing in the household, right?
But we don't want the subject to that though.
Non, nous pas bail. So, sujet c'est pour qui ça monsieur yo a filé pour y aller des femmes internationally, right? So, what I'm trying to present, Fatima, Esther is very passionate about the subject. Jean-Robert, bonsoir. Gina, bonsoir. Tout le monde s'est regardé avec nous. Lona, bonsoir. So we have a lot of good people. So make sure you guys please share your comments. But I'm trying to make sure I refresh where comment you.
I'd like to know what the ladies are saying.
Yes. So mesdames you have got it attentively, but they're not saying much. You have got it, we have done it, right? But what I'm saying, Betty, is that so let's go over the fact that, you know, over the abusive and respect stuff, right? Monsieur, this is their talking point. Their talking point is you fatigué avec fille qui pas apprécié yo. Fille qui pense que yo pas besoin nèg lan kay la. Fille qui pas respecté yo lorsque even though you vin lan kay la, they doing what the manly thing supposed to be done, but they feel like they're not being appreciated. Ou comment ça dit là? So qu'on y a nèg yo dit comme ça que pour qui ça moi obligé rester à dire avec une situation comme ça. Basically almost the same thing you said. Why do I need to deal with this? Lorsque, even though I know it's not true love, right? Come on, they know it's not true love, right? But at the same time, même si it's not true love, they get the respect or supposedly respect that they were looking for. They get the admiration. You join moun ki respecte yo, of course, à cause de Kobio, but you pas care because that's what they do.
I feel there's a lot of manipulation with that.
How is that?
Pour moi-même, moi, que yo nécessairement même d'après. And again, I am going by the clips that I saw, the comments, the cases that they presented, and it's all about with your amount of money. The women over there, they are not as needy. They are not as high maintenance as the women here. You understand? And they literally will do anything you want them to do for you. So okay, even say you just want to go around and go spend money in prostitution. Who knows? I'm just saying.
But Betty, the same thing has been happening. Women has been doing that for years. Stella, they even made a movie about it. Stella got her groove back.
No.
What's the difference?
Stella just went on vacation. No, she went to. Stella just went to decompress. She went on vacation and happened to meet someone there. Li pat leve a passeport, nécessairement prend passeport pour moi aller des rencontres parce que garçon boy ici pas apprécié.
Non, Betty, mesdames yo fait ça longtemps tout. So obviously the phenomena right now, les plus public parce que monsieur the guys are being more vocal about it.
We're not gonna turn this into men versus.
But it is in some ways.
About passport gangs, a group of men right now who are making themselves known as passport gangs and who are encouraging other folks, other young men to get their passport. Listen, I don't have anything wrong with that per se, Jordi. I want you to understand that.
I got you.
Go and find love wherever they want to find lust. Or lust. But living here to go to whichever country with the men idea in mind, I'm going to get myself a wife because of such and such and such and such reason, because this person's not going to talk back, because this person's going to respect me more. To me, I feel there's go shadow of on bagay ki pa fin to okay avel, m'pense ça gen avoir des personnages personnage nan même, qui peut-être it can be something about their ego, something about a controlling aspect, that when they get to be in certain relationship, you cannot have their ways in certain, they cannot have certain ways with the woman, therefore, figure too much pour you.
So
don't get me wrong, mesdames vre ki a bit much.
Yeah, so no, so
qui cross the lines in terms of respect and so forth. Gan pil mesdames vre si yo konen ke yo non ou kompon position comme nous dit lan deja que yo gen plus they're highly educated or they making 6 and more figures, who knows, that sometimes that tends to comme ta dit ça qui ka vin fè yo go on an ego trip or power trip or ki pa ka get on
most of the time, right? So obviously, you know, and I like the way you form it, because obviously it's not everyone, but at the same time there's numbers of women who for some reason when they start making a certain amount of money, Madame Yudusa, they come out and say, hey, you know, I'm looking for a man who's making this amount of money, right? So they have this list they put out, right? And oftentimes the man that fits them or that could be a good partner for them are missing a couple of things on that list, right? Et en pile fois tout, we know the list came out, I think back in 2020 or 2019. Like, you know, and speaking for the Black community, Black women are the most educated women in all of women, right? Like they said that. The list said that, right? The Black women are at the top of the most educated women in the world. So therefore, a lot of Black men sometimes feel that some women use either their knowledge or their paycheck to flip the roles, right? The gender roles, right? Why are you here? I'm making my own money. I don't need a man, right? So nous pas parler pour tout monde, nous pas jamais parler pour tout monde, because obviously nous gen monde qui marié, nous gen monde qui in fruitful relationships, but not parler de monde qui cause that reaction, right? Now, at the same time, nous connaît que gen maozo lan nèg yo c'est chaper pour y al régler des séries de bagages l'autre bois. But what I'm saying is that when you keep beating a horse, at some point you have to know that it's gonna respond, right? And what happened is, like, there are good men in the household that feel emasculated, that feel like some women use that whole I'm independent, I make my own money, because when you start using those words, right, in a house that you're with somebody, that's literally you telling the person, I don't need you here.
I don't belong here.
You don't belong here.
That's pretty much the person, you are useless.
You're telling the person useless. And for a man to feel useless in a house, there's nothing worse than that.
Right.
But, you know, and I'm speaking from a male's perspective. Once you lose that position in the house, you no longer feel the need to even be in that house anymore. One time, Jula.
But Geraldine, you know, I was not gonna come on and totally be on the same line with, not necessarily you, because I don't know where you stand on this, and come and say, okay, it's totally okay that people are doing that.
Right.
But in a way, it's totally okay. It's their prerogative.
Absolutely.
C'est passeport, c'est vie yo, c'est l'argent yo, c'est idéologie yo. It's all on them. Whoever chooses to do that is their prerogative. However, I saw some very young men.
Of course.
I saw some very young men. And Janti Munsayo, I have to say, they're probably fresh out of college. And Absolutely. It is tough. Li pas qu'à imaginer que ti moun sa yo gen tan fait des expériences avec fille, ou bien ta gen tan vivre dans kay avec fille quelconque pour ta dans situation pour un jeune ti fille, ta get to make them feel like, listen,
right,
you're not.
Right. But baby, sometimes it happens at a young age, because we see, like, remember, the time is so different now, right? You know, some of the guys, what they're saying right now is that, oh, I saw what happened to so and so. I saw what happened to my boy. Gen nèg ki dou kon sa ke yo pa jam marié encore. Ou soit, they're not even gonna go into a relationship kote ke you pral ret lan kaya avek yon fi because they don't see the value anymore. Why they don't see the value is because an pile fwa gen mesdames ka prezante tet yo as like, what are you gonna do for me? Right?
Okay. But I think I looked at it in a different way. I think a lot of these women now, not so much saying, what are you going to do for me? It's like they are bigger, there are plenty of fish in the sea. I could always find somebody better than you type of, mentality.
Right.
I see a lot of that happening more so than what you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
I think this is like a wake-up call altogether. Parce que statistik montre deja ke gen pil fi ki seul, ki pou kont yo, e deja nou konen ke we outnumber the men, e an pil fi os Etats-Unis, gen pil single women, black women, ki pa gen, ou kompren ki, an pil black women ki single, ki pa ka jwen an partner. Donc, se domaj ke fenomen sa a pran chen kon sa, e a such rapidite ke li prale, parce que ça pral quitter que plus fi pral pap gen chance pour yo
and we don't want that. And we don't want that. That's et pas ça nous besoin parce que nous voulons que gen un healthy balance. But at the same time, me senti que maybe it's social media that's doing this, right? Parce que et comme si me senti
Haroldie, social media prend le monde li chavire
tête en bas. Exactly. Et comme si me senti que moun yo gade social media beti, yo senti que ça yo ouais pour 2 secondes, 1 minute, that's love. Yo ouais 2 moun fait photo, oh that's my goal. Yo ouais 2 moun ap grien dans leurs vacances, yo pa kon combien spend moun yo malheureux a coller pour I want to do this. Et puis kounya, not only they taking what they see on social media, yo vin meton pression sur malheureux soit malheureuse lan kay la. Pour dire comme ça que si relation n'est pas comme ça, then I'm with the wrong person. Unfortunately, that's what's happening. So, am I against passport gang? Absolutely not. However, I'm also not encouraging it. What I'm saying is that in between, songez que right now, and I'm speaking specifically with the black community, black and brown community, we are at war with each other. Nous gon bataille qu'a fait entre garçons noirs avec filles noires côté que l'on a plongé doit sous l'autre, l'on a plongé doit sous l'autre et nous vinn perdu nous perdu rôle nous t'a supposé à jouer pour nous build the family structure to keep it together, which is the most important thing, right? C'est family structure qui était strong way before the feminist movement. Once that started côté que you vi mettre en tête fille, you vi mettre en tête garçon que you don't need women, women don't need men. Tout le monde connaît à chaque coup clé projet. And that's what's happening right now. Kounya monsieur yo vin rive non point yo di kon sa ke yo, I'm not putting up with this. Mesdames yo tout, mesdames yo di kon sa ke well, you don't have to put up with it. Go. Ou sa fi a di, right? Go. We don't need you. When in reality, that's the wrong thing to say. You do need me. I do need you. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, that's the fight. We need each other.
Yeah. But like you said, nou ka wè kote where it spiraled down, kote destruction an te komanse. Kom mwen te mensyone avan tou, nan sens ke an pil fi ki te vin oblige ap jwe wol. Ou kompon ap jwe wol, mwen ba di wol gason, ke se yo single parent, ou kompon, ke they were left on their own, and they had to do things to sustain themselves. They had to do things to earn society's respect. Women all together, we've come a long way.
Absolutely.
Then nous vin rive non point que garçon te rive non point que gen pile garçon qui pat sous travail, gen pile garçon qui te just vle having a prize woman, that was like the thing. Même ap di bon ka di m'pa konnen dans American or black African American community, Haitian community, it's like having pour yo gon fi ki like ki gon bon job, ki gen belle machine. That was like the thing for them. Tandis que yo même yo pa fè rien. Gen un moment donné que un pile garçon, they had lost their sense of pride. You understand? And not that men rubbed them off of it. They lost it. They were not stepping up. They were not you know, being productive. They were not, you know, growing, and you comme si you set back and let the woman take the lead, ap fait tout ça pour yo faire, ap gérer tête yo, et puis même pour go for a free ride. And I think at one point that many of these women, they're like, hold up, I've come this far on my own. Now, what is it that you are going for me? Therefore, I'm able to do it on my own. I don't need you. C'est là ça. This all had. This is c'est comme ça. That's how it escalated, Geraldine.
So you made some great points, Betty. But I wanna throw some things in there and your points. Not to devalue your point, but to add to it, right? You mentioned there's some men's like, you know, liberty step up and work. But remember what the system does.
Right.
Let's go back to the early 70s, right? War on drugs. Reagan came in, crack down on crack in the black communities. What's his name? Not Reagan, not Bush. Bush did the thing. War on drugs. That was Bush. Reagan before Bush was Reaganomics. And then after that, Clinton came with the street strikes law. So bagay sayo were all things that were designed. And I'm not making excuses for anybody, but let's not forget that over 1 million black men went to jail over bull crap, right? And the ones that were caught up in drugs, by the time they got hooked on it, they couldn't find jobs. They couldn't do anything. They went to war. They came back. They couldn't find there was no jobs. What they were doing, they were selling dope. They were getting arrested, being put to jail, right? And once you get to jail, and then Clinton come in with the 3 strikes. The 3 strikes, you could literally get a traffic ticket and go to jail for life, right? And then so. Again, these are not mistakes. These are by design to keep the black and brown men out of the house. So yes, the woman had to do a lot on her own, but en pile fois, gen nèg, m'pa parler de nèg qui t'a pris avantage sur situation. M'a parler de there's a lot of good men who did not get a chance to live out their purpose in life, right? And you're right. By the time mesdames you vinn réaliser que yo, I've been, my man's been in jail for 5 years. He's been in jail for 10 years. I've been doing this. So by the time he comes out, it's going to take him a long time to reaffiliate himself in society. So kunya li lan kay la, fi ap travay, li même li pa ka jwen job. Guess what happens? The roles then reverse. And once the role reverse, fi ap kunya, se li même kap fe kob, se li même kap e bagay, gen bagay she don't want to put up with. So now the words that she's saying are hurtful to him. He's trying to be like, yo, I'm trying to find a job. I can't. She's like, well, you being lazy. Some of them are, but let's make sure we put everything into context as to why a lot of black men ended up where they were. There's a system that created this hole. I'm telling you, the best thing they did is making sure that how do we break the family unit? That's all we have to always remember. How do we get back to the family unit? Bagay on
c'est pour nous essayer comment pour nous reconstruire.
Comment pour nous travailler ensemble, pour nous reconstruire, parce que quand il y a cette bataille, et c'est comme ça que they are late. I know so many Haitian men who have done it. Some were successful and are still married. Ça veut dire que gen qui qu'on a voyagé, il a cherché femme longtemps l'autre bord, et dit comme ça que mais gen là dedans qui tournait avec un pongongon dans l'estomac.
C'est haïtien, d'après le dire, ouais, m'bi content c'était mentionné parce que d'après le dire pour avant nous wrap up, faut nous essayer, since you and I are both, Haitians, pour nous ramener dans la communauté pas nous dans la communauté haïtienne. Est-ce que son bagage nous qui prévalent? Est-ce que ça fait souvent? Moi me songe longtemps, il était qu'on fait dans le sens que grand pile garçon ici qui dit yo pour Haïti plutôt pour aller chercher une madame Haïti pour yo mener ici aux États-Unis. Ma connais si yo continue à faire ou bien des fois moun yo connait déjà Haïti yo té en couple
parce que mesdames haïtiennes yo beti quand yo gen social media just like here. Vous comprenez? Songez que longtemps le on nèg qui était ici pour la chercher une fille à Haïti, songez raison is the same reason why these guys are flying away. It's the same reason. they wanted to faire someone côté que gen pile là dedans vraiment ou son bagay là so m'pa vle abandonner ça.
Yeah.
You said something right. Gen pile nèg, il al prend femme ça yo, c'est moun pour yo marcher sou yo, pour yo décider des gens. However, gen nèg qui just don't want to deal with the common modern woman. Côté que fille à lui-même, c'est give me, I'm the woman, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Bah, ça existe vraiment côté que, nèg a dit comme ça que mon cher, bah, ma cherche un petit monde. Et puis, les nèg yo à Haïti, il pas content que c'est aller, non?
Yal en province.
Yal en province. Côté yal un petit monde.
En pile fois, tout yo, gen qui kon réalise son échec que fait. Gen di marché pour yo, gen qui kon aller, yo en Haïti, et puis là, yo retourne ici, c'est comme si yo c'est back. Yo vraiment fait.
Depuis, j'ai mesdames yo ouvert.
En termes.
J'ai nèg yo ouvert tout. Depuis, j'ai mesdames yo ouvert, Betty. Mesdames yo dit, ou pensez ou va faire me rester dans caille ba ça. So,
voilà.
It goes both ways.
Meni, Gérald dit, question de bagay j'ai ouvri, li toujours gen à voir à leur moun nan yon situation qui pas favorable.
Yes, absolutely.
Si ou wale nan, quel que soit pays ou ale, et ou fait une rencontre, ou reme moun nan, et puis ouais que moun nan, the person meet all the criteria, meet all the check boxes, that's the person, you were looking for, have all the qualities that you are looking for in a potential mate. You get into a relationship, ou marié.
Maybe you get lucky.
Ou comprend, relation ka passe bien, mariage ou ka réussi.
Absolutely.
Mais si ou aller avec, avec idée même, m'prale là, m'pral chercher un moun juste en dehors là, on prend m'pral chercher un moun juste tel côté là, moun sal pral vini là, pral chita, pral besoin nan pa la, moun pral besoin nan famille, on comprend?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Pas fait sens. So bien sûr le moun sa vini ici, ou pas quitter moun nan pas sorti, moun nan wè li levé nan kay, li pas même à l'école pour la apprendre anglais parce que idée c'est que kou moun nan éclairé, c'est pas ou la pou la vle la gen l'autre plaisir, c'est l'autre bagay, la gen l'autre intérêt, vous comprenez? Donc idée ça, logique ça va bon.
Absolutely.
Si c'est avec logique ça, moun sa yo pral de met yo pour yo mener aux États-Unis, c'est le satiem kouje yo kale, moun ap di, hey, what is going on?
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah. So, Betty, it's 9:08. Topic là réellement chaud. Me senti que nous gen pile bagay nous ka di plus de, the passport gang, but I think
surprised that no one was willing to join in.
When you get a shy, Betty, we're gonna have to give a prize.
Parce que passport gang is new to.
It's a new term. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do moving forward, I'm depending on the topic, I'll probably pin it on the chat to see if anyone wants to join us to give us some comment. Mes amis, nous connaissons.
Mind Thursdays. What's on your mind?
What's on your mind Thursdays? For sure. We would like to hear from you guys. But I think we have a couple. We're gonna have to close, but we have a couple of notes I want to read, Betty. So we can close out, right?
Yeah.
Dara says we need to reunite as one, which is very important. That's what we were saying. Mimi says I can do good on my own, and I can do badly also on my own. There is no point of being with someone if it's not an improvement in somehow or some way. Some men who are the breadwinners love to throw in the face of their spouse that they're the breadwinners and all she does is stay home. I have too many friends who complain to me that they don't get help with the kids from their spouse because he says, well, my job is to make money and yours is to take care of home. Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
That's excellent point, Mimi. You nailed it. And I think, I want to say my gut feeling, this is what something devle bi di, même Gérald dit, c'est type de moun sa yo, monsieur sa yo ki vle al pran fi, ki pa aux États-Unis, pour yo pran just to come here with the idea that I can just make them do whatever they want. They'll just have to understand I'm the head of the household and they will have no say.
Ouais, that's definitely the wrong approach. On pas jamais supposé dans situation côté que ou là on relationship where somebody's being you being told, you know, this is your position, or don't open your mouth, this is your position. I don't think anybody should ever be in any relationship where you're being told your role. However, let's not forget we do have gender roles that people want to sideswipe on, right? We don't have to like it, but we do have it. So the same way is, m'bap di kon sa ke on est obligé à pouvoir boucher pour la di, oh, fais this, fais that, et moi, parce que si même k'ap pote kob lan kay la. No, it should not be that way. However, if you both, I'm about uniting as one. If you both understand what you bring to the household, not to the table. A lot of people talking about this damn table. I don't know what table.
What's the table?
I hate that thought. What each of you bring to the household is equally important. Okay?
Correct.
We have to remember that. It is equally important what each of you bring to the household. As long as the thought behind what you're doing for the household is for the family and for the family unit and the structure, then it doesn't matter if you're the one cooking. It doesn't matter if you're the one bringing home the bacon, because if you don't bring home the bacon, something is going to be missing in the house. If the person don't cook, they don't clean, there's something that's going to be missing in the house. So that means everything that both of you do individually should be welcome and encouraged, and also you should be praised for it. You should be like, yo, babe, thank you for taking care of the kids, because that's a job in itself. Thank you for cooking. Juste pas mettre de l'eau dans gratin, but we good, yo. Ou comment ça va la Betty? Betty, on connaît from la guitar.
So I mean, appreciative of one another.
Be appreciative. The thing, Betty, problem qui gagne.
Acknowledge each other.
Exactly. Problem qui gagne, we seem to think that gagne yon qui pi important que l'autre. We seem to think, because think about it, right? En pile moun qui rete home, they have degrees. Some of these women have the capacity to possibly make more money than the men, but yo rete la kayo because they want to take care of their children. So, it's pas comme si moun nan pa ka fè kob.
Yeah.
So, it's the balance, understanding, yo, that's your partner.
And I want to press on that, Geraldine. Moi, pense que nan an pile foyer haïtien, ça manque. Nan an pile foyer haïtien, end up fait plus, parce que nous pas jouer nan pile fille, nous pas jouer nan pile haïtienne qui stay at home moms. Not in these days. Maybe long time ago.
Yeah.
Days.
And to be honest with you,
sisters, they're working hard, they're doing two jobs, they're coming to cleaning, taking care of kids, doing homework, doing housework, doing everything, because a lot of Haitian men were brought up in such a way that they just either don't know.
I've met a lot of women qui mariées, you get petit. They have careers. Some of them are nurse, doctors, teachers, or whatever. Do you know what the common denomination is in all of them? None of them actually want to work. If they were 10,
want to work, Geraldine?
No, let me answer that.
I'm sorry. They probably because they feel like they're already doing two jobs.
Listen to what I'm saying. When they have children, most of these women have children. They said, I don't want to work here. I'd rather be home with my child, making sure my child is at school, whatever. Now, keep in mind, these are not lazy women. They are working, but they said if they had to choose, there was a survey, 77% women said they would rather stay at home spouses, right? Now, there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because the original structure of the family unit was meant for that. Now, obviously, it was meant for that. So we're fighting against something that was originated to happen this way, right?
Yeah. But when you look at it, Geraldine, even in a financial aspect, c'est pas tout monde vrai qui gagne qui ka fait. Vous comprenez? Donc, même j'en ai parlé de how it was meant to be that way, but over time, avec Jean économie vinier, vous comprenez? On famille avec un seul salaire, pas de cab, kembe en foyer.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
On what the person is doing. So mon profession, it's one thing you know you're a professional or you making a good salary as being just the regular blue collar worker. Ou comprendre? Ou get wa pat cab get you know be financially able to do that.
Bon, Betty, unfortunately, you know, for no closing, it's 9:16 already.
Oh
I
my
would
God.
love to stay on this topic, to be honest with you. We're gonna come up with another topic next week. Soit pour nous continuer, soit pour nous just continue, because I think relationship is something that we all, because life is all about relationships, right? Whether it's workers, whether it's friendship, whether it's parental, whether it's, you know, lovers, there's all type of relationships going on. So I think, you know, ti débat sa mwen, kounya mwen, numéro moun kap gade nou ap monte Betty, unfortunately, il laisse sa show ap ral fini. So what is your last word on this topic for the night, Betty?
Well, we had said it, and I think, m'pense que oui, à un moment vrai, famille, tant que relation nous, rôle nous supposé jouer nos familles, jan nous identifier tête nous dans relation. M'pense qu'on y là, faut nous mettre tout ça aux deux côtés et vraiment penser à gens pour nous unifier. Tant que monde qui en couple, monde qui marié, famille et tout ça, c'est plus chercher gens pour solider famille. Mais mon d'agé pour me dire à jeune moun yo, vraiment nous pas vraiment accentuer sur comment ça sujet ça ou bien phénomène ça comment li affecter communauté pas noire à jeunes yo surtout. Donc encore c'est toujours mettre moun ou en valeur et connaître ça ou vle pour tête parce que nous chaque gain opportunité pour nous jeunes monde pour nous faire vivre avec lui. C'est juste mettre nous en capacité, mettre tête nous et ça nous connaît valeur tête nous et puis connaître ça n'a chercher pour nous attirer ça nous voulons dans vie nous chercher en vie. C'est aussi simple que ça.
That's it. Often parler. And I agree with you 100%. I just want to make sure I tell everyone that this show is brought to you by New England Christian Television Network right in Randolph, Massachusetts. Forgot to say that in the beginning, but for nous dire ça, c'est à cause de eux-mêmes qui fait nous brancher avec C'est la vie chaque jeudi soir. They are located in Randolph, Massachusetts with Eddie Jules as the CEO. But to and also one final thing, parce que on est moun k'ap supporter nous Betty, faut nous ka make sure que moun yo nous gen Angels Touch Massage. Si nous besoin râler mes amis, quand nous a fait nous mal n'a travail, mesdames n'a parlé k'ap travail ni de yo ni dans kayo, reach out to Angels Touch Massage and they're located in Randolph, actually in the same building as the studio. It's at 247 North Main Street, Randolph, Mass. Their phone number is 781-908-4606. Si nous besoin moun font tirer nous pour nous sentir nous bien, Angels Touch Massage is where to go. Pour me clôturer show, mesdames et messieurs, it's not a fight. It's not a fight. Please learn to understand that first. There's a greater force, there's a higher being that is happy watching us fight against each other. Your success should be embraced and encouraged by your partner. His or her success are your success.
Yes.
Okay? Songez ça, pas supposé gain moi-même, pas supposé gain ou même dans un household. It's our success. All right? Once you start understanding the word our, not me, not you, then we're going to take the whole thing, the whole argument, the whole fight out of it. One of the word that is being misunderstood and that gets thrown around a lot is the word submissive. All right? Moun toujou gade mosa with a negative undertone. It is not a negative word. But you fais nous penser que when you submit to your wife, when you submit to your husband or your partner, you're weak. No, you're not. All right? Understand, in the household, you guys are the leaders in the foundation that should lead this household together. De pou wap pale de, men combien de kob mwen mette, ou même qui sont fait, ou même qui sont poté lan kay la ba sa yo, ou déjà perdu bataille là. Okay, so go, unite with one another. Let's build our family structure back up the way it's supposed to be, because right now we are losing the fight, and whatever purpose that was there to make us pour faire nous arriver côté nous arriver à là, it's working. It's working. It's been working, and it's working at a rapid pace. Parce que qu'on y a nèg yo, bon, mais nèg yo et passeport, yo même gen non pour ça, passeport gang. OK? Nous gen bon mesdames dans pays ya. Nous gen bon garçon dans pays ya. OK? Suspend mettez rules or for nèg like this for fear this that et puis on perd blessings. All right? So Betty, m'a campé là, m'pa konn sou un dernier mot pour nous clôturer.
Dernier mot, vraiment, moi, je voulais inviter tout le monde à Boston le dimanche 2 octobre, dans la grande première A Heart on Demand qui a fait dans Strand Theater, Washington Street in Dorchester. Showtime starts at 4, red carpet starts at 4, come on early, get your ticket on Eventbrite. Et pour tout le monde, tout, ni Boston, ni New York, m'attend nous tous le samedi 8 octobre, dans, oubliez notre temple, non, oui? Oh, in Lynbrook, I'm a Chatham, for God. M'attend tout le monde là, nos belles soirées, que positivité féminine, qui a célébré 5e anniversaire, yo, son gala. M'attend tout le monde. Allez sur page moi, regardez dans flyer, on a besoin d'informations côté pour nous prendre ticket nous bien facile sur PayPal ou bien via Cash App. Donc prendre ticket nous et m'attend nous.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing. We love you. We'll see you guys next Thursday at 8 p.m. Have a good evening. Sorry, engineer. Sorry, you guys. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Good night.